Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Brakatham. To the hopefully elect. This is just a quick video to answer the brother's question dealing with Luke chapter 21, verses 16 on down to through 21. Get right into it. When you get into this chapter, pretty much, it goes into some of the signs that we ought to be looking out for, because if you're in the right frame of mind, you should be in the mindset of wanting to get the hell up out of here. And you see something dealing with the prophets of old. They were always they were kind of like eager to see, because you have prophets, believing believers. You had saints in each kingdom that ruled each empire that was in power, and during each empire, you had saints, you had believing believers. They were seeking to be delivered. They were seeking to see that kingdom be taken down, and the kingdom basically being established for the most part. And because it's the same thing today. The saints today, and this is why this year being coined the year, the year of hastening the coming of Yahweh Shema Shai, because we're hastening to get the hell up out of here, man, because we hate this place. And again, the prophets, the believing believers, they pretty much always had that mindset. That's why, real quick, when you read the book of Acts chapter 1, Acts chapter 1 and verse 6, it says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because again, pretty much the saints, the believing believers, they were always for the most part looking for the kingdom to come. Because when Yahushai was crucified, and because it was always prophesied that our Lord, he was gonna once he was crucified, he was gonna come back and establish the kingdom. And you see, when Yahushua was crucified, and then he rose on the third day, all right, the apostles, the apostles back then, they thought that was going to be the time that the Lord was going to establish the kingdom, but that wasn't the time period. But nevertheless, again, they were in the mindset of the kingdom being established on earth, and Esau being taken out of power. All right, they all pretty much always had this mindset. So that's why they asked this question. I'm gonna read it again, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because pretty much the only time when we were the nation of Israel was one, all right, it was really during the time of King Solomon. That's really the only time, because when you read it during King Solomon, during his time, he had nothing but it was nothing but peace, 40 years of peace, and that was a small glimpse of what we're going to get in our kingdom. Because in our kingdom, we're not going to have war. You're not gonna you see, in our kingdom, man, you're not gonna see women walking around with rest in peace to Lil Dre shirts and stuff like that, because hey, Jake, we're not going to be dying in our kingdom. We're not going to have to worry about death, because death, that's going to be the last, that's the last enemy to be defeated, is death. So when we get in our kingdom, you're not going to hear about Jake's dying, Jake's getting hit by straight bullets, and nothing like that. And this is why, this is a part of why we're longing for the kingdom, man. Because in this kingdom, you look forward to death. You look forward to the madness, and it's just straight wickedness. So we want to get the hell up out of here. So again, if you're in the right frame of mind, if you're in the right mindset, you should be in the spirit of wanting to get the hell up out of here, seeing this place be destroyed, man, seeing Esau, Edom getting taken out of power, and seeing our Lord crack forth through those clouds and establishing the kingdom. You should be in that mindset, and going back to Luke 21, because because this is one of many, you have other chapters that go into the signs, because the Lord, he didn't give us an exact date and time, but he gave us signs to look out for to the saints, because only the saints would be actually looking out for these things, because again, we want to get the hell up out of here. This is why, right now, man, it's the spirit of prophecy, man. Brothers are bringing out all type of news articles and videos and stuff, man, because we're paying attention. We're paying attention to the signs, man, because there's a lot going on right now, man. And though we're still catching hell in the flesh, we're still dealing with afflictions. Nevertheless, I know me personally, man, my spirit, even though I'm catching hell, my spirit has kind of been rejoicing, because it's just so much going on. There's a lot of things going on, man. Because again, paying attention to the signs. And the book of Luke, this chapter, Luke 21, this chapter goes into the signs that Yahweh Shai, he left for us. He told us to be on the lookout for, to, let us know that, hey, he's getting ready to make his second coming, So getting into this, so I'm gonna start at Luke 21. I'm gonna start at verse 7, because again, for the most part, our forefathers, they were in the mindset of the kingdom being established on earth. So a lot of the prophets of old, they always pose this question of, for the most part, or they often pose this question of, when is the kingdom going to be established? When is the nation of Israel gonna, be put back in power? Our forefathers, they often pose this question. So Luke 21, starting at verse 7, it says, "And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass?" So again, the question being posed, all right, what the signs, what signs are you going to leave us to let us know that, hey, dealing with the second coming of our Lord? Because like I read in Acts, the first chapter, the 6th verse, the apostles, they thought that was going to be the time, because again, the Lord, he was crucified and then he was risen again. And it was prophesied the Lord was going to make his second return, and he was going to establish his kingdom. But again, dealing with Acts 1 and 6, that wasn't the time. You see, the apostles, they thought that was going to be the time the kingdom was going to be established, but that wasn't the time. All right. So again, the disciples, man, they asked the Lord, dealing with the signs, man, and when he would make his second return. And again, when you read, when you go down, the Lord gives a list of, a lot of things that will take place, which these things are happening now, and it's only going to ramp up. That's why I said, man, my spirit is the flesh is catching hell, but my spirit, I've kind of been, rejoicing, because, seeing all these things and everything that's going on around the world, man, this is definitely, these things are playing out, so this is how we know that we're in the last days, man. We're at the end of this thing, man. This is how we know, so when you jump down to verse 16, it says, and and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. All right. So part of the signs, this will be a time where, hey, family is going to turn on one another. And this is why Yahweh Shai, when I believe it was one of the disciples, they told Yahweh Shai that, hey, pretty much that, I think it was something like his mother was looking for him or something like that. And Yahweh Shai said, damn, how does it go? Because pretty much Yahweh Shai told him, he told the disciples, damn, how does it go? Because basically Yahweh Shai, he turned and he turned to the believing believers, and he said, basically, this is my kinfolk, this is my family, those that are, like-minded individuals, because, dealing with a lot of our family members, mothers, brothers, so on and so forth, fathers, sisters, so on and so forth, if they're not doing the will of Yahweh Shai, then, I mean, if the Lord decides to show them mercy, then that's cool. But if not, then so be it, you know, because, hey, a lot of us, we're going to see a lot of our family, close relatives get off. We're going to see Yahweh Shema Shai judge a lot of our close relatives, you know, and that's just something that, you know, we have to deal with, you know. Our real kinsfolk are fellow like-minded Israelites, all right, you know, other Israelites that are in the truth and they follow the like-minded doctrine. That's our real family, you know, because again, hey, the times are going to come where when you know, hey, for a lot of us, our own mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, whatever the case may be, they're actually going to turn on us, you know, because during this time period, you know, Esau, he's going to paint this narrative dealing with the Israelites, and basically he's going to deem us terrorists and, you know, all these other derogatory things, you know, and it's gonna cause, like I said, a lot of our close family relatives to turn their back on us, you know, they're gonna be turning us over to authorities, giving up our addresses, and, you know, all type of stuff. You know, a lot of that's gonna be going on in these days, man, and this is why it would be wise not to be too close to your, you know, mothers, fathers, you know, so on and so forth. Nevertheless, you still, of course, you love your family and whatnot, you know, and we hope, you know, when I say these things, I'm not saying it to sound cold-hearted and whatnot. You know, we hope that, hey, you know, our fathers, mothers, and whatnot, they come through. But if not, then, hey, that's on them, you know. Our real focus is on the flock, the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, that's, you know, why I'm doing this video, because, you know, the brother asked this question, you know, and you see that's what this is about, man, you know. But I'm gonna read that again in Luke 21:16. It says, and he shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So you see, like I said, man, hey, some of our close family relatives, they're gonna be turning us into authorities, you know, snitching us out, ratting us out, and stuff like that, man. You know, because, hey, these times that we're coming into, you know, it's pretty much going to be everyone for themselves, you know. Or like when you go to the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, and this is some, because I mentioned Esau, he's painting his narrative. It's really Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, causing this division. Because right now, you know, you got people, they talk about how, you know, we got to come together, you know, love and peace and all that nonsense. When Yahweh Shema Shai, he's about division, all right? He's about dividing. All right, this is not the time for peace and everyone coming together. This is not the time period for that. You know, we're in a time of war. All right. So I'm going to get this in Matthew chapter 10 and I'll start at verse 34. It says, think not. So don't even let this thought come into your mind. Right. And remember, when these words are written and read, these are the words of Yahweh Shai speaking himself. All right. So this is Yahweh Shai telling us, don't even think not. Don't even let these thoughts come into your mind. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So, hey, like I said, you know, the time for coming together and singing peace and love and singing kumbayas and all that, this is not the time for that. All right, because the Lord's getting ready to, he's getting ready to bring destruction. It says, verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and the man's foes shall be they of his own household. So again, you know, when it says a man's foes, basically a man's own enemy, all right, it's going to be, for the most part, you know, you're going to have that coming out of your own household, you know, literally your own family structure, like I said, you know, and you know, I mentioned mothers, fathers, and whatnot, but hey, wives too, children too. Hey, you know, brothers that got wives and children, you know, hey, just expect to be, you know, turned in, man. You know, wives and children are going to be snitching the prophets out as well. You know, and then, like I said, man, that's just a sad case. You know, it's a hard pill for a lot of us to swallow, but hey, it is what it is. You know, and this is why, like I said, man, you know, first and foremost, Yahweh Shema Shai should come before any and all things, above all things and all people. You know, I'm going to read on down to verse 37. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. So you see, all right, that's why I said, man, you know, when it comes to fathers, mothers, wives, children, you know, like I said, yeah, we love them and whatnot, but hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, no one comes above Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, that's why it's important to stick to this truth, man. Stick to doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because like I said, man, these people, they're gonna give us up. But Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not gonna turn his back on us. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So you see, no one comes above Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So going back to Luke, and you see, man, that's a stumbling block to a lot of Jake, man, because a lot of Jake, they love their fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, wives more than they love Yahweh Shema Shai, and the Lord is going to use that against you, believe it or not. But going back to Luke 21:17, it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Yeah, dealing with this truth, because, hey, man, these people, they hate Yahweh Shema Shai. If they hate Yahweh Shema Shai, then they're going to hate you, and Yahweh Shai told us, if they hate you, it's not you that they hate, but it's me. And if they hate me, then they hate their Heavenly Father. So, people that got a problem with us teaching this truth, they really have a problem with Yahweh Shema Shai, because we're just vessels, we're just, we're just vessels, man, nothing more, man, the messengers, man, we're just the ambassadors, but again, like I said, the Lord is going to, Esau, he's going to paint this narrative to where everyone hates the Israelites, deeming the Hebrew Israelites as the worst of the worst and whatnot, because like I said, man, soon there's going to be bounties out for Hebrew Israelites. That's why you got a lot of these Israelites in the truth. They're wearing all these flashy garments and fringes and stuff like that, when that's not really wise to do, because you're making yourself a target. When the scriptures talk about being wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man, we got to blend in. We got to be able to maneuver and get by, man. Another example, when I'm having conversations with people and they're talking about those jabs, people ask the question, oh, did you get your shot? Oh yeah, I got that thing. Or I might tell people, oh no, I didn't get it yet, but I plan on getting it. I'm thinking about it, just stuff like that, man. Because again, you don't want to make yourself a target. You don't want to all the time. Oh, are you gonna take that shot, man? I'm not taking that shot, man. Revelation 13, blah blah. You don't have to do all that. Like I said, man, you just blend in. Blend in with the crowd, so to say. Because you don't want to make yourself a walking target. Because again, hey, man, and this is why, again, dealing with it's not always wise to teach each and every individual that you come across. You got to be able to discern who's worthy, because even the scriptures talk about how not everyone's worthy of this, man. Casting the pearl into the how's it go, the swine snout, something like that. Not everyone's worthy of receiving this truth and whatnot. So you got to be able to discern who's worthy of even being taught this truth. Because believe it or not, the topic comes up, and if I'm talking to a Jake, man, and if I see he ain't right, man, I just try to avoid even bringing the truth out, because like I said, Jake's not even worthy. Remember, 2/3, man, they're rejected. They're done. They're done for already. Yahweh Shema Shai already rejected 2/3. So like I said, man, a lot of times if I'm talking to a Jake, man, and he's acting like a 2/3, I'm not even gonna waste my time with him, because not everyone's worthy of receiving his truth. But going back to the point, like I said, man, you got to be able to blend in and maneuver and whatnot, because soon the narrative is going to be against the Hebrew Israelites. That's why, again, I'm gonna read it again. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So because we're doing this truth, doing this work or whatnot, hey, people are going to hate us, man. People are going to start coming after us. Like I said, man, there's going to be bounties out on the believing believers, and going back to the verse that I read before, man, even our own family members are going to be turning us over, giving us up, snitching us out, stuff like that, man. They're going to have brothers' faces plastered on the news and billboards. Have you seen this such and such? They're going to have his Hebrew name and his government name, all that stuff, man. That's coming very soon, Matter of fact, I'm going to get a few precepts real quick. Like, I'm going to go to Lamentation. And, because each and every one of us is going to have to deal with each and every one of us is going to have to deal with. We're all going to be put to the test. And for a lot of brothers, hey, these scriptures here, man, that's going to be a test of their faith. Family members giving them up, turning them in. Brothers are going to be put in a position to where they're going to have to choose who they love, Yahweh Shema Shai, or do they love their mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, so on and so forth. But I'm going to get this real quick in Lamentation chapter 3 and verse 25. It says, Yahweh is good unto him that waits for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. All right. I don't think that's what I wanted, but nevertheless, that's good, because when you read on down, when you read verse, I'm gonna read verse 18. It says, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. So you see, with all that being said, and all this danger that's coming, again, it says, but there shall not an hair on your head perish, because you see, the Lord's going to protect those that were faithful to him. He's going to protect those that are loyal to him, Now, granted, you are going to have some brothers of the elect actually get martyred for this truth, all right? But nevertheless, the difference between those that are martyred, all right, they're not going to die like a 2/3, because these 2/3, they're going to die horrible deaths. And you see, the elect, those of the elect, those that get martyred, they're not going to die, these horrendous deaths. They're going to die with honor, all right? Because that's one thing, Yahweh Shema Shai. To die for Yahweh Shema Shai, that's a very honorable thing to the Lord, And best believe, man, if you die in this truth, if you're martyred, then, you got a secure spot, all right? Because, when it talks about the resurrection, when Yahweh Shai shows up, all those that were martyred for this truth, all those that died in this truth, they're going to be risen first, all right? And the scriptures talk about how we're going to meet them in the air. We're going to meet them in the clouds, because they already got shotgun on the chariots. Because when Yahweh Shai shows up, that's the end all be all right? And the elect, they're going to get beamed up, so that they don't get left here, with this destruction. Because, America, more specifically America, man, this place is going out real bad, all right? If you don't want to get left behind here when this place gets destroyed, all right? And this is why we do this work, man, and we try to, we try to please Yahweh Shema Shai to the best of our abilities, because we want to be one of those that gets beamed up, because, again, we don't want to get left behind here, But again, with that being said, to the elect, they're going to get beamed up. But again, when Yahweh Shai shows up, those that already died in the truth or martyred, those that were martyred for the truth, or they were already died in the truth, they're already going to be in those chariots. So you see, like I said, getting the shotgun in those chariots, man. If for the elect that are martyred for this truth, all right, they're going to have they already have a secure spot, man. They're good, they're Gucci, they ain't got nothing to worry about, But to the rest of the saints that are left here, right, and that they have to deal with Jacob's trouble and whatnot. That's why, again, it says, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. So you see, because the Lord's going to take care of his people, man. Again, those that were loyal and faithful to him, those that wait upon him, wait upon his salvation, man, they're going to be all right. And that's why when you read in your possessions, verse 19, in your patience possess ye your souls, man. Because, man, it's going to get hard. It's going to get hard for us. But again, to those that are loyal and faithful to Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord is going to take care of them. And those that endure until the end, they're going to be all right. And that's why I read here, I'm going to read it again, Lamentations 3 and 25. It says, and Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him, lo, the soul that seeketh him. Good to see when all hell breaks loose out here, everyone's going to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. But you see, the saints, the elect, we're going to depend and rely on Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? We're not going to trust in going into the FEMA camps or none of that. We're not going to trust in the Quran. We're not going to trust in none of that stuff. Because when you read in 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, it talks about how those that consent, they're going to be had in derision and be trodden underfoot. Because again, even with all the hell that's getting ready to break loose out here, you're still going to have people that putting their trust in Esau, going to Esau for help, going down to them FEMA camps or whatnot, taking them shots or whatnot. All right. But you see, to the elect, to the saints, we're going to put our faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to seek Yahweh Shema Shai. But it says, verse 26, it is a good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. So you see, man, those that wait upon the salvation of the Lord, man, they're going to be all right, because it's a thing of patience. We got to wait it out, man. It's like I said, man, this shit is not, it's not going to get easy at all. But I'm going to get this in Micah chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, for the son dishonoreth the father. The daughter riseth up against her mother. The daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. So you see, and like I said, that includes literally your own household, people that you may live with, all right, your own nation, because, brothers that have been diligent, doing the work out there in the highways and byways and doing the videos, people recognize them, If you watch the apostles, man, random people come up all the time, shalom, shalom, and the apostles, they don't know who they are, but the fact that they've, been out there so long doing this work, people know who the apostles are. So, people are going to recognize you and whatnot. So, with that being said, again, you're going to have random Jakes coming up to, trying to come after Jake, coming after brothers and whatnot, So, man, it's going to be, all type of stuff going on. But again, when you read verse 7, it says, therefore, I will look unto Yahweh. I will wait for my power. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. So you see, man, again, those that wait on Yahweh Shemel Shai, they're going to be protected. They're going to be safe. All right. From there, I'm going to go to Psalm chapter 90. Psalm 69. Psalm 69 and verse... Psalm 69 and verse 8. It says, I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. So you see, man, because Jake don't fuck with Jake, man. It's bad enough, Jake look at Jake look at another Jake, and just because of the color of his shirt or whatever, Jake be so willing to blow Jake away, man, stepping on his shoes and whatnot. Jake be willing to blow Jake away for every little thing, man. And that also goes back to the curses, dealing with the curses and whatnot, But nevertheless, again, it's bad enough. Jake, man, they are already beefing right now, man. Jake, and I'm talking about all the 12 tribes are beefing with one another. So going back to what I was saying before, man, a man's foe shall be there of his own household. Like I said, it could be literally in your own household, people that you live with, they're going to turn their back on you. But just Jake in general, your own nation, your own kinsfolk, because we're all one big family. Well, we're not one big family yet, but, we're all the same people, man. We're all one nation. But Jake, they don't look at it like that. Jake looks at each other like as enemies right now. So, best believe, like I said, man, hey, when it's all said and done, like I said, man, it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out here, man. Jake is going to be coming after one another, because, resources are going to be lack, man. There's not going to be no food. It's just going to be bad out here, man, But nevertheless, we were warned of these things. And that's why, reading on down, when you read verse 20, it says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. And now Yahushua, he was talking about the siege of Jerusalem, all right, around 70 AD, because he told them, Jake's, matter of fact, when you read verse 21, it says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. Because again, Yahushua, he told them, he warned them that, hey, man, not too long after I go, because this is why Yahushua was trying to, encourage the believing believers that, hey, I'm not going to be with you physically when these things happen, but I'm not going to be with you physically, but spiritually, when the scriptures talk about the spirit of the comforter, that's why Yahushua said it is expedient for me to go, so that the spirit of the comforter can come down, because again, not too much longer after Yahushua left the scene, you had the siege of Jerusalem, and like I said, because Yahushua, he warned them. He had already warned the believers that these things were going to happen. Flee to the mountains, get the hell up out of Dodge, because you got a lot of rebellious Jakes that are trying to rise up against the government, so to say, take matters into their own hands and be carnal, but Yahushua told them not to do all that. He just told them to get the hell up out of Dodge, man. But that applied back then, but in so much now, Because these words, they're more so written for us to learn from now. We're being warned of these things that, hey, man, because verse 20 again, it says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. So you see, because Esau, he's getting ready to come down with that great wrath. All right, going back to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, it talks about the burning wrath of a great multitude. All right, then that devil's getting ready to come down with that great wrath, man. Because soon there's going to be martial law here. You're going to see troops patrolling, the military troops, foreign troops patrolling the streets of America, knocking on doors, checking people's papers, and, doing all type of stuff, And when you see that, the more you see that, hey, the more that, hey, this is that desolation getting ready to, hey, is getting ready to be, when you see that, man, just know that, it's pretty much a showtime, because like I said, this applied back then. But, it also applies to us now, because also understanding that Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, because we don't have a homeland or nothing like that. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So, again, when you see these army troops and whatnot, these military troops surrounding these cities more and more, just know, when you read on, it says, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Just know that, hey, man, it's about to be all hell's getting ready to break loose, because when they come in with that martial law and, they shut the internet down and all that, that's it. That's hey, man, it's showtime, the famine of the word, you read about Daniel's 12:1, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7, just know when you see the martial law troops and all this other stuff, man, just know all these scriptures are about to be fulfilled, man. And we're getting closer and closer to that time, But yeah, man, this is just, like I said, one of those things where dealing with this chapter, these are the signs, man, that the signs of the times that we're in. Because like I said, if you're in the right frame of mind, you're paying attention to these things, and if you're paying attention, you see these things are playing out, man. They're playing out to a T, And these things are only going to ramp up through the Spirit because, again, we're at the end. All right? We're at the end of this thing, man. This is how we know when you hear brothers talking about the end of days and stuff like that, how we're at the end and whatnot. This is how we know, because we're paying attention to the prophecies. And these things are playing out, man. It's clear as day. So hopefully this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem Shai Barakathum to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Lord's will, Shalom.